This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for March 15, 2023, gas station operator shot dead in Clarendon. A businessman was shot dead by gunmen on Decoy Road in Clarendon on Tuesday morning. The businessman has been identified as 67-year-old Jerome Bassier, who is said to operate a gas station in the parish. A construction worker was injured in the incident. It was reported that about 10 a.m., Bassier and the other man were standing in front of an unfinished apartment complex under construction at Decoy Road. Police said two men armed with handguns approached from the rear of the building and opened gunfire, hitting both men. They fell to the ground and the gunmen ran back to the rear of the building and escaped into bushes. The police were summoned and found the lifeless body of Bassier lying on its back on the ground at the front of the building in a pool of blood. He had several gunshot wounds to the head. The injured man was found suffering from gunshot wounds to the back and was rushed to the hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. Police found 13 9mm spent shells upon processing the scene. No motive has been established for the attack. Wanted man among 5 arrested in St. Anne. A wanted man was among 5 persons taken into custody following the seizure of a firearm and several rounds of ammunition in Pear Tree Bottom, Runaway Bay, St. Anne yesterday. Reports from the St. Anne's Bay Police are that about 5:35 a.m., a team conducted a targeted operation in the area where several premises were searched. 23-year-old Kevin Fletcher, otherwise called the Tippy, of Linstead, St. Catherine, who was listed as wanted, was subsequently found in possession of a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 3 rounds. 4 others were taken into custody. However, their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. Man in custody for fatal stabbing of common-law wife. The taxi driver wanted for the fatal stabbing of his common-law wife in Newport district in the parish Friday night has been taken into police custody. The deceased, who has been identified as 28-year-old Shade Shari Brown of a Daly's Grove, Newport, Manchester address, was a surgical nurse assistant employed to a private healthcare facility in Mandeville, Manchester. Reports are that at approximately 8:30 p.m. on Friday, the couple had a dispute when the suspect used knives to inflict several wounds to the deceased. A close friend of the deceased said the incident, which happened in the presence of Brown's young son and another young child, has left them traumatized as the children were locked in the house while Brown bled out. The friend said it was the son who called out to neighbors continuously until someone heard and came to their rescue. Brown was taken to the Mandeville Hospital but succumbed to her injuries a few hours later. It is reported that the couple had long-standing issues. Firefighters accept wage offer. The island's firefighters have voted to accept the government's wage offer under the Compensation Review Program. The firefighters voted on the package last Friday. Helen Davis White, General Secretary of the Jamaica Association of Local Government Officers, said the firefighters gave the go-ahead to accept the offer on the table in relation to wages, but there are other issues still to be addressed.
While they have given us the go-ahead to accept what is now on the table in relation to the wages, there are some issues that we have not actually completed the discussions on, and so whatever what they have indicated to us is that we can give the go-ahead for payments to be made as per the new pay scales that have been proposed by the government, but that we will continue discussion on other items and issues also related to the pay scales.
Jalgo says it has been lobbying to improve firefighters' working conditions. The Jamaica Association of Local Government Officers says it has been seeking to address some of the concerns raised by suspended firefighter Sergeant Leo Bennett. Sergeant Bennett caused high drama on Tuesday when he climbed atop the Halfway Tree Transport Center to call for better welfare for firefighters, which he said would translate into better service for the public. JALGO General Secretary Helen Davis White told the news that the union has been able to press the government to deal with several issues affecting firefighters, including to construct and rehabilitate a number of fire stations across the island. Among them are the Old Harbor Fire Station in St. Catherine, Montego Bay Station in St. James, and the Port Maria Fire Station in St. Mary.
The union actually made representation on behalf of the firefighters, and arising out of some industrial action that took place at that time, we got an agreement as to how the issue would have been resolved, and we ended up with a brand new station in Old Harbor. Similarly, in Montego Bay, that station has been long in coming, St. Mary Fire Brigade. So if you look at the history, almost anything that has resulted in improvement in conditions of work for firefighters has actually come through union representation. We lobbied for them to have self-contained breathing apparatus so that they can operate in a smoke-charged environment where oxygen is limited, and they can get the oxygen as far as is possible. The ears that they wear are supposed to be helping to protect them, and as I said, they have the self-contained breathing apparatus set as well. Again, I would not say to you that at all times we have succeeded in getting exactly what we have asked for.
Rain expected today. After a lengthy dry spell, rain is in the forecast for the island. This as the Met Service is reporting that a cold front will influence the weather conditions across the country effective today. The Met Service says a prefrontal trough across the northwestern Caribbean is producing an area of cloudiness, showers, and isolated thunderstorms. The system is expected to bring unstable weather conditions across the island until Thursday. Mostly cloudy conditions with scattered afternoon and evening showers across most parishes are expected for today, primarily across northern parishes. Southern and northeastern parishes will experience similar conditions on Thursday. Fishers and other marine interests are therefore being advised to exercise caution. Golden accuses government of failing to tackle crime and disorder. Opposition leader Mark Golden says the Andrew Holness-led administration has failed to implement the necessary measures to effectively tackle rampant crime and violence and growing disorder. In his budget presentation in the House of Representatives on Tuesday afternoon, Mr. Golden asserted that Jamaicans are living in fear.
Jamaica cannot afford to continue as we are going now. People are fed up. Those who can migrate are doing so, whether it is nurses and teachers who have been leaving at alarming rates, or others who have become asylum seekers crossing the Mexico-US border. Police and soldiers we hear fighting in the streets. Bandits breaking into ATM machines. The corner shop and the community bar are no longer safe places to hold a vibe. Not even the armed guards in an armored courier service are safe in today's Jamaica. Society is unraveling under this government. Disorder is the new order. Government badness run with good governance. Instead of repair, aggression and violence instead of love and care.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.